Um, I'm I'm sorry. Eh, we've
Bree
had
will,
trouble doing what we're supposed to do in the last couple of years. I know I've heard Father talk of it much.
Bree like slants her head. Trouble with doing what you're supposed to do, like protecting the stoneway?
That's we guard the way.
Bree
That's what
will
we're
nod.
supposed to do. But half of it is not ours.
No, it is not. What is considered? Is it like everything below the river will?
She says, "Well, that's the beginning of Dorne. I'm
Bree.
not exactly sure where the line goes, or if
Okay,
anyone really knows. About in the middle, I think."
okay.
Sort of twist her face into a. I have probably been told at one point, but
It's okay. I've forgotten things that my instructors have told me as well.
I remember most of the important things.
That's what matters.
Yeah, I'm glad you're okay, though. I mean,
Bree says, I'm glad I finally made it to your family's castle. It certainly looks very lovely.
it is. Yeah.
You are proud to live there, then, I imagine. Look at it.
It says yes as she turns to. You've gone up a little bit over a ridge. Soon you'll be going down again. Won't be able to see it anymore. But she looks over it lovingly, sort of at the sides of it. Says it's a great place. Well, I get to travel a lot. I hear
Oh,
that the ladies sort of frowns a little bit at the word. Don't get to do that in the Reach.
our travel is different than how Dornish handled travel.
Hmm. Well, I I suppose it. I mean,
Why don't you tell me more? You mentioned those berries earlier that were unsafe to eat. Is there any plant life around here that is safe to eat?
sort of frowns a little bit. Well, most you shouldn't. Some of it you can if you really want to, but
Let's say that a rock falls on me and I break my ankle, and it's hard for me to hunt on my own, and I'm trying to hobble back to the castle. What do I eat around here in order to survive?
well, you would want a bow or a snake spear. Generally, you would eat the animals.
All right.
Most of the trees around here, you need to, well, around bushes really. You need to cook them first.
Okay.
But if you broke your legs, you'd probably be food for a shadow cat.
A shadow cat.
Yeah, they live around here.
Oh, what can you tell me about them? Those aren't a thing in the Reach.
I had never seen one, but well, they go around at night and they can smell blood very easily, and they can jump you and well drag you off or break your neck or kill you. We've
Oh,
seen the carcasses they leave behind sometimes. Strangers who have tried to explore the tunnels but haven't even found an entrance.
so then you don't really know anyone who travels at night because of those shadow cats, then?
Not up here in the mountains. Down in the Boneway you can, but um, in the Red Mountains, they come out at night. They live in the cave entrances.
Ah, and they just stay around the caves and the mountains instead of heading down to the flatter areas.
In general, they need the water.
Ah, okay.
Everything's restricted by water.
Right.
We know where the water holes are, though. Well, my house does.
That's good.
I know some of them.
So that means you know where the shadow cats are then.
Well, I suppose if we're lucky, we might find one in the cave we're going to stay in.
But didn't you say that they are exceptionally dangerous? So would finding one really be lucky,
I,
Rosette?
w- I wouldn't be. I wouldn't
Says,
call that lucky at all.
well, I'm sure we'd be okay. We could take it. She looks at the group, focusing on Alaric.
Yeah, probably.
Like
That'd be a
all of
price.
us, we could kill a bear.
That would be a prize to return with.
Just like
Shadow cat.
snake hunt, we just like bring back like a boar.
I'll be, I'll be
Well,
like
the only
Hercules
boars
and
that I hear
wear
are
it.
very small, very angry. They live in the bushlands. If you find them, don't kill one. They remember you.
What?
What?
Bree like blinks.
What? I'm not
It's
sure.
dead. How is it gonna?
There's no real meat on them, but they're small and very angry. They have tusks, and they will... Well, if you kill one, the flock will follow you, trying to kill you. It will run you down and exhaust you. Some say that even if you have like a watchtower, wood, they will try to gnaw the wood apart to get you down.
Bree like looks
Oh,
back at
shit.
Sarah Cousin, imagining like a throng, like 100+ of these damn little small boars mobbing over her.
You just
Her
see him
cousin.
getting covered by little tiny boars with an arm
He's like
stretched to
trying
the
to hit
heaven,
with
like,
his slow weapon, like mechanically I can only hit one of you
They
per
will-
turn.
They will follow you until you get tired and have to sleep.
All right, let's go to Winterfell.
As far north as we possibly can.
Let's see those fuckers try to get me. in the
Deliver those
snow.
to the Starks. It's an omen.
Yeah.
Bree will
Oh,
nod
boars, I
slowly.
take the black, huh?
Bree will nod slowly, trying to understand.
They will never give up.
Generally, I hear that
They
the
will
Reach
also
is
take
much
the
less
black.
deadly than this place.
All right.
She sort of stops herself and just continues to walk for a little bit.
So are the shadow cats the deadliest predator around here then, or is it the snakes?
Well, if you know what you're doing, it's the shadow cats.
Okay.
The snakes can blind you.
I don't. Why are we here? Murderers. Like,
Really,
I-
Jonas? You're having
What?
this now?
I didn't know of the.
You know, Tina's like
blinding
glaring
snake?
at you from like her scholarly glasses, like I fucking told you.
This is why I'm wearing armor.
Why do you think I asked if it was true that sour wine can help against the blinding snakes?
No.
No,
I
Alaric's
did
just
bring
gonna have to
sour
carry
wine
you.
just in case.
I know it can help. You're one and only destiny point. Don't worry, we'll get one
Yeah.
after this
Oh,
session.
I don't have a destiny
Oh no,
point.
you used it.
No,
didn't
you have one to burn.
No.
No,
As far as I understood it, I can't burn
If
something
you've
I've
used
spent.
them, you can't burn them.
no.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you've used them, you can't burn them. But if you burnt the,
He
if you
spent one
burnt them,
last session.
Oh, okay, if that's
Yeah.
what God says.
that's the rules, I think. think
I
that's how the
can't
rules work.
imagine that. Okay, whatever.
So I am literally out here, quite exposed at the moment.
I fundamentally. I mean, you would just die even though you have a destiny point to literally burn to save your life. That is no, I can't imagine that's how the system is designed at all. But okay.
We'll take a look.
I,
For sure.
I did bring
I mean,
sour
that's
wine
your
anyway,
one.
but the maester said it doesn't work, but maybe it does.
If I'm being bitten by a blinding death snake, I might try anything.
I mean, hell, I would try and I'll use my one and only destiny point to try and save old Dessem. Who knows?
Thanks.
Maybe I can put like a deck of cards where the snake bit you. Just so
You
it
were-
happens he bit you in the a pocket, and the deck
Oh,
of
right,
cards
right.
was one card
Yeah.
deep
Yeah.
to save your life.
Uh
You will be like, oh no, who's gonna pay me now? Oh wait,
You're not getting paid.
Bree's the one with the money. Never mind.
That's
Can't argue that.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I
had
don't have
money.
any money.
Nobody has
We'll
money.
spend it on things we need, right?
Yeah.
Mostly armor.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wear that much armor. But yeah, well, phew. Yeah, Dessem is not going to take part in any running after snakes. He can't run.
No.
He's going to walk around. He's going to have all of his senses perked up and be very attentive of snakes around
That
him.
reminds me, I've added a new character attribute I'd like to fill you out if you haven't already, which is called P awareness. It's your passive awareness, so I don't have to ask whenever there's something hidden you might see or not.
The awareness.
Because
I
it
also
kind of
added-
takes away
I
from
also
the
added-
surprise if you know that there's something you might see or not.
I think I filled it out. I don't see it on my own token, but I'm sure
I
it's
see
filled
it
out.
now, yeah.
What was...
It's only GM visible because you guys
No.
don't really need it. I wouldn't want to clutter your thing more than.
Why did Dessem even come? It's a snake hunt. He's using a cane.
All because he wants to make the impression.
Yeah.
I bet there's a lot of rocky terrain. It's gonna be tough for you to walk around here with a cane.
Yeah, which is why he's not going to run after any snake. He's going to take it very slow and.
Yeah.
Slow and
If
steady.
asked, Rosette will certainly tell you that the snakes don't really run anywhere.
Well, that's nice.
They just kind of generally hang around the water. So don't go close to the water if you don't want to get bitten. Well, or hunt them. But otherwise, you should be fine.
Just don't, just scream really loud and I'll come.
I'll remember.
Okay.
And as you continue on, you certainly after about an hour of going up into the mountains, you'll get to something you don't really see. It doesn't really look a lot like sort of what you would have imagined. This sort of spring water to look like, because you don't really see water. You more just see rock formations. But she
that
sort of
doesn't seem the couch.
gestures her hands out to these rock formations. Says, "It's here. The water is in the rocks. So will the snakes be?"
Bree gives like a confused blink. It's been the rocks?
Yeah, it comes up from below and runs into the rocks. You can see it if you climb on top. You will see that there's a slight bit of, steam on top of them. It's mostly visible at night where there's actually water you can drink, but it's here now and hungry animals and thirsty animals will seek it out. Some of them can smell it or feel it, I don't know.
Bree will stare at the rocks dubiously.
I'm not.
Take my bird! Strangle it!
No, this is. Kvalar is sitting on his shoulder, looking very displeased.
Oh.
Well, I mean, you should probably go up there and take a look if there's any snakes, right?
Okay, fine.
Sort of moves and says, if we split up, we can take a formation each. Well,
Bree will call to Rosette. I am interested in seeing, as you are the expert among snake hunting, if you would be so kind as to show us how it's done. We are Reachlanders, and we've not hunted snakes before. You are our guide.
it says, sure.
You must the only one who just, sure, let's do it.
Well, generally, we would have someone as a support, sort of, if something should go wrong.
Oh, look at her picture.
You can do, I suppose. Let's just look at the one over here. Let's go try. She'll very cautiously walk over, looking at the rock slowly moving. She has a very short spear that is sort of pronged twice at the end of it.
Nima will follow her example and do as she says.
It's about not getting hit by them.
Right. Ow.
She seems to be moving as probably a decent warrior, but she definitely is like less experienced than she probably would like to be.
Don't get bit, girl. I'm gonna be so angry at you if you get bit.
We only have so much wine. I mean,
Yeah, I was trying to make Molotov and I drank it.
As she will look in the cracks.
Where does she want Nima to go? How does
You
this
haven't
work?
you haven't filled in your passive awareness, Tina.
I didn't know I could.
You double click your token and there's a new line that you can fill in.
What is my passive awareness? How do you find out?
I think Grimith wrote that in Skype somewhere.
I did. It's 4 times. Yeah, it's your awareness times 4.
My
Plus any
awareness-
bonus dice.
I believe you have your fighting to it because you're a water dancer.
Yes, you would add your fighting to it.
So we
My awareness times 4.
Yes.
Plus fighting.
Sick. Plus 16. I'll put it in.
All right. Good. You continue to move with her. Sheeps do.
So she'll point Nima to where to go.
Well, she just said to follow her.
Oh, okay.
Be ready,
I'm ready.
because they will jump at you at any second. And you do indeed, with your passive awareness, you're able to notice one just before it lunges.
Uh-huh.
But it will lunge at her, because it is actually more poised to do that. As a quick darting snake, you hear a loud hissing sound, and then she sort of tries to jump back, but we'll see if she can even...
Nima can't go. Watch out.
As she does indeed manage to jump out of the way of the snake that lunges out. And she will then immediately take her return attack, so to speak.
Counter.
Which does hit the snake. And actually, she jumps back with her pronged spear, jabs it against the snake, pushing its sort of its head in between the prongs, and then down into the ground, pushing hard enough for a little spike that's sitting between the two prongs to pierce the snake's head, delicately killing the snake. Before she dodges back slightly. Looking quite self-satisfied and a little less nervous.
Bree will call out, looks like that makes 12.
But yeah. As she basically lets the spear sit a little bit, the snake still twitching, basically the head trying to still bite and whip around. As you have to wait a little bit by picking them up, they generally continue for a minute or so. You try. Just around the formations.
Nima nods.
Remember to put them in your bag when you've got one.
Nods.
No reason to leave them here.
No. Well done.
She looks at you, slightly perturbed. And says, thank you. Great work on the backup, by the way.
Is she sarcastic or does she mean?
No, she seems to be just nicely returning your slightly awkward compliment.
Oh.
Wait a little bit and she'll bag the snake.
Okay, so just walk around until the snake jumps out at
You
me.
can try to spot them.
I'll try to spot them.
It can be very difficult.
Is that awareness as well?
Yeah, if you want to just walk around spotting.
I do.
You can do an active or you can just trust your passive to
My passive is pretty good.
just back a little bit. Now you try. See who can catch the most or the biggest. Nima will notice a snake.
Where?
Like there. Does she want to approach it? Or does she want to stay away? Seems to be the same type that
She will do what Rosette did.
sure, you can go close.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to try attacking the snake before it attacks you?
Yeah.
You can do opposed quickness as soon as you get in within range. Agility with the quickness specialty. To see who gets to do first.
Okay.
This type of snake, that is how quick it is.
How do I find out how quick I am?
Well, you look at your agility score. What's
Oh,
your
it's a-
agility?
4 plus my fighting,
But,
Then roll
which
that.
is 8.
yes.
Then roll
No. No, you add the plus to your agility test result. So you would
Oh.
roll the 4 dice, and then you add the plus you're fighting as a static modifier.
Right.
All right, you're faster than the snake. You get to it, a moment before it strikes. You can be well. You can describe it. You can attack first.
Sure. The moment strike, Nima just pulls out the spear and just punches through its skull and into the ground.
Well, you have to attack it first.
Oh,
You attack first.
but it's probably gonna die regardless. But sure.
Maybe.
That's just my fighting. What does the spear get?
A standard spear is just, I believe, your agility damage. And just your fighting. You don't have any specialty with it. You
Yeah,
don't have
so
any penalty with it.
So, my fighting. So I just roll 4.
Yeah.
I feel naked.
Alright, yeah. That's a degree.
Mm-hmm.
How much damage do you do?
So that was just my agility.
Yeah, just your jaw.
4.
Alright, you hurt the snake, but you don't quite kill it.
Uh-oh. Did I lose my spear?
No, you just like,
I just poked it.
made it a little more tired than it was before, I suppose.
Aha!
Yeah, but it will try to bite you back.
Uh-oh. I'm so
And
dead.
it's not, well, it misses as it turns out.
Oh, I'm not dead then.
Because I suppose you expertly can step away. Very high combat defense.
Step back.
Yeah. I'm dancing away.
Well, not being used to that, it moves back to try to lunge again, but you're faster than it, so you can stab at it if you want.
I sure do. Like that. Yeah.
Kill the snake.
Ha!
I hear Nima exclaim that from behind the rock formation. Look over and says, like that.
Possessions. One snake.
She looks at the rest of you, standing awkwardly.
Well, I guess I do have a very high passive awareness. I could
No.
go like spotting back up for someone, I suppose.
What, are you gonna like hobble behind my character?
Yeah, and like just look very intently at this, and then like poke with the cane. There it is. Yes.
You know, Nima's got the handle. They should continue. Nima will continue.
Bree has, let's see, Bree is definitely actively spotting here. I'll go ahead and actually make an active awareness test rather than a passive one. We'll see whether that ends up better than the awareness. Well, it's a little bit better.
Yeah, I should
Because-
swing around.
That's this formation here.
Spotting for the snake. You will see something that seems in this crack here.
Crack where?
Seems a bit.
Ah, there.
Is a quite big snake
Why?
sitting there. It almost blends in with the rock formation.
Okay. Bree will like, she'll like blink and then she'll just sort of like stop and like look at it.
It sits perfectly still, looking at her.
Bree will actually sort of like, while she's like staring at it, because it's like staring at him, she presumes the snake does not understand Westerosi language, actually begin, say, Rosette, what can you tell me about a snake then? And she'll like rattle off how it looks.
So look and says, "Oh, well, that one, don't get bitten by it."
Bree says, shouldn't my goal be not to be bitten by any snake?
Yeah, but especially not that one. It's not as poisonous as the small ones, but it's, well, it could swallow you, I think.
Bree like
That
slams the
like
ground.
blinks and looks at the rock formation to see if he sees this huge snake. Apparently,
Bree like,
Turns around it.
yeah, Alaric
Sort
needs
of
to
pointed out.
Bree like hears like
It's not as
sarcasm.
fast. Some say it's not as dangerous because it's bigger, but it might actually want to try to eat you. So it's more dedicated than the smaller ones.
dedicated
It
snake.
also, well, it takes a lot more to actually fight it. And it gets angry if you hurt it, more so than the small ones who sort of get scared.
Okay, I am gonna do something for myself. I am going to make a will test. Okay. I needed to see whether Bree would be like, fuck this, or Bree begins like psyching herself up in like her anger. This is such a bad idea.
Hang on,
Bree's 11. She doesn't know any fucking better.
Here's a question. Can Alaric assist Bree and Dessem coordinate.
We will not accept your fucking assistance, you shitlords. Even if
Well, you would all
try.
have to be in its reach. But, I mean, technically, if you battle it, yeah.
And technically, even if that were logically possible, Bree would refuse. She's not going to have you people tell her what to do.
Are you
That's
sure?
You
I
see that
want to see.
Brissette sort of comes over and says, you probably should be careful with it. They can be quite fierce. I haven't defeated one of them. I tried once, but it didn't really go well.
Bree is like too busy like staring like in the zone right now to like look away and go, oh, that's a good idea.
She looks to Laenys. Maybe you should try.
Maybe you should, Lane. Dessem gives Sir Alaric a look that basically says, if that snake, you know,
Well,
if that
Bree,
snake
like,
actually
holds up,
hurts
like,
anyone, you kill that fucking snake.
Bree like
I'll
holds
fucking
up
chop
like her
its head off with a
improvised
sword.
weapon in her hand.
Rosette, it would hardly be fair of me to take the opportunity from her if she wished to do it. She found it
Yeah,
untrue.
but you'd impress my brother, I think.
Bree, we'll get into this, and she will like tense up her legs and she'll bounce off and she'll try to like basically fling her body at it herself.
Sure. So I assume you'll want to try to get before it goes.
Sure. That sounds like a good idea.
Doesn't seem like it's as fast as the other one. It's not fast at all, this one, actually. So
Just
I do. Yes, I do not have the luxury of adding my agility to this yet. Let's see whether I can do better. I mechanically can do. Yeah.
you are faster than the snake, who seems to be sluggishly looking at Alaric at this point to probably gauge that he's a bigger target. Maybe thinking if it can eat him or swallow him.
Fucking bring it, snake.
All right, I'll take it. Bree will not gonna like. She is going to move within range, and she is going to take her. I'm not even kidding. Fuck a spear. She knows this fire poker she has honed and like sharpened, an improvised weapon. She feels more comfortable with that than a spear, like a weapon she doesn't know, even though it's not castle forged. She is going to try and get this done.
All right.
Go ahead and check to make sure. Yep, that's what my bonus dice are. That's 4 plus 3. Okay. That is 19.
That is pretty good.
All right, that would be 2 degrees.
I deal base 2 damage, so that's a total of 4 points of damage.
All right, yeah, sure. It can survive 4 points of damage.
Okay.
As it sort of, you know, has to like move out of the way before.
Like I like try to catch it, like pin it into the rock, and it manages to like shear its skin off.
Before it lunges back.
That would certainly hit my combat defense for 1 degree of success.
All right, that is 6 points of damage.
Okay, my armor rating is 4. I will take 2 then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm at 7.
Lunges out, sitting its fangs in your armor.
Bree like
Guarding
blinks,
back.
Bree blinks back in alarm, thinking like, she probably got this. Like, look at how strong she is. You can just stab this damn thing, and well, looks like it has some size to it. Bree like will scowl and like in traditional like furious fashion just begins chanting, "Hate, hate, 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 hate." Do I make another attack, Malachi?
Yeah. Yeah. that's how it
Okay.
works.
Let me go
You're
ahead.
dueling the snake.
Yes, I am dueling the snake.
Set will
Oh,
also say that these are the snakes that Will has in their famed snake pit,
okay.
where Aemon the Dragon Knight was thrown.
Welp.
Oh my, that's pretty good. That is 4 degrees of success.
That is a total of 8 points of damage then.
Well, as it turns out, this snake can take wounds,
Oh,
Okay.
so it will certainly do that.
I don't know, like Bree like catches it like right below the head and thinks that she's got it, like pinned it fucking down, and then I don't know, like a huge like gash of like its massive body gets torn out. Not like Bree cares. She's in hate mode right now.
Stab into it. Let's see here. Does it have that? Yeah, right. Yeah. So, how much damage did you do?
That would be a total of 8 plus the 4 that I did before.
8.
Yeah, 8
All right.
damage.
All right. Yeah. it takes a wound, which is like it's bleeding now, and it hisses and seems to get angry.
Well, Bree's already there.
It's wounded now though, so it takes like a modifier of -1 to its.
Wound would be like a penalty die, right? And the injury is just
injury
a
is
-1.
-1. Yeah, it doesn't take wounds; it takes injuries.
Okay.
Oh, okay. It's like an injury.
Wounds are much more hard to get people to have than, but yeah.
That will hit, and that will be 2 degrees.
2 degrees is 12 points of damage.
12. I will actually then have to take an injury myself.
So how does this
Shall we not
poisoning
Wait,
work,
injure
out of
myself.
curiosity?
Well, that depends on what type of poisoning creature it is. Generally, works if a creature gets enough degrees, it will have an additional effect. In addition to you taking damage, you might, for example, with a 2 degrees, go blind, and then later have to check if you've got medical care to not have it be permanent or something like that.
Then
has that
-4
happened?
is 8.
No,
And
this
then
one does not have as much
minus-
poison as the Spring Viper.
Minus my
percent will say.
thing is 5. That
Its
takes me to...
poison, is generally enough to do small rodents and generally more long-term thing. She, however, has something for this. If you don't die to it, she will generally help you.
No.
Not like it. Basically, you have like a day with this one. It will bite you, generally have you run away, and then find you later and swallow you when you're.
It'll find you later, Bree.
They smell very well.
I'm
Well, we'll give you one more.
There's
Yes, I'm-
pheromones in their poison. They can-
I am going to do what I should have done a while ago. It's the first time since I do have my dirk in my left hand. Now it's my turn. I'm actually going to use a greater attack rather than like one of those standard attacks to add my offhand damage with my dirk. As I will use a greater action instead of the scrub tier actioning that what I was doing because I'm
also
dumb.
move in here and with her short spear and right now stand by respecting you basically, but she's ready to.
Okay,
you.
let's see here. 4, 3, then that cancels out. That's the -1. There we go. 22.
All
That
right,
is,
that's 3 degrees.
Okay, now that I'm using my dirk, that's 3 times 4, which is 12.
12 damage.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all right. It will take another injury.
Okay. As Bree begins, like, now that she's, like, been bit and sort of, like, her shoulder is sore, will begin, like, leaning over and trying to, like, hack into the thing, a combination of her fireplace poker and her dirk.
It hisses sort of loudly and recoils a little bit, to try to intimidate you as it lunges again, but now it's sort of handicapped as it moves slower.
So that will, yes, that will hit my combat defense of 7.
All right, well, it does 6 points of damage.
Right. Let's see here. Even with the injury there, I will have to take a wound.
It's time to
You sure?
end this.
It will move and I suppose bite you right like in the throat area. Leaving sort of a deep gash where blood wells up from its fangs.
Okay.
As it recoils back, basically hissing loudly, probably trying to get you to leave. As it is wounded pretty heavily.
Okay. Bree will, I'm going to go ahead and spend my destiny point here to convert one of my bonus dice into a test die. Go ahead and factor that in. I, of course, have the penalty die from being wounded.
Would you accept Rosette aiding you?
I think Bree is like, I made like a roll. She's furious. I think she's, now that she's been like so thoroughly hurt, she's been like flashing back to like her full injuries. She's in full hate mode.
All right, well, she will try,
Okay.
but apparently Bree will not have any of it.
Can I say that if Bree doesn't kill the snake on her attack, that Alaric
You could
will
enter the combat by going last, basically. Yeah.
See, my my bonus, my penalty die will drop the 4 there. So 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 is a 21.
Remember your -1 from your injury.
Yeah, that's factored in already.
Right, good. A 21 would be 2 degrees.
Okay, that'll be 8 points of damage.
8 points of damage. Well, take its last injury.
Okay.
And then be rather very wounded. It doesn't seem like it is like bleeding from 3 injuries now, and like recoils trying to move into the rock. It can't really though. Yeah, but now if Alaric wanted to act, that would be now in the turn order.
Yeah, he would.
Before it attacks again. He wants to just move in and take this from her.
He doesn't like her being hit, and Dessem has ordered it.
Yep, and now there'll be witnesses. Rosette will know.
Ah, it's okay. He ordered it.
Yeah.
So I will swing.
All right, that is let's see, that is 2 degrees.
That's 14 points of damage. Because he's using a sword.
It cannot take 14 20 damage. You can describe how you.
He just brings his sword down into the enclave that the snake is hiding in, and just cuts it. Pulls away and apologizes.
Sure.
But
He will see that the head will actually fall to the ground and begin sort of like opening, closing its jaw rapidly towards him, still like making a hissing sound even if it's been cut off the body. Rosette will move quickly and then poke the head away with her spear. They're still dangerous when they're dead.
Bree moves to lunge again and sort of is shocked out of her bloodlust reverie, seeing that the snake no longer has a head, and she whirls accusatorily around her as if she's missed something.
Alaric will point over Bree's head to Dessem and say, "Orders, sorry."
Bree, blood oozing from her neck, and the dirk, and the fireplace poker, and her shoulder, will just glare daggers.
Let me take care of you.
Bree she'll allow to be taken away, be taken care of by Rosette.
Over here too.
As she's pulled away, just staring hatefully at Alaric the entire time. That is certainly going to be enough to take Alaric down from amiable for her.
Take something from her bag and begin to stop the bleeding. I'll try to stop the bleeding anyway. There's a snake will lay there. Who claims it?
Alaric certainly won't. He doesn't really care.
You take that snake and you put it in the damn bag, Sarah cousin.
It's a prestigious thing to have done.
Alaric kind of looks at Bree and says, "It was your fight. You have it."
It was your kill. Perhaps if I would have been your son, maybe you wouldn't have interfered in my battle. Oh, wait. His arm no longer works.
Bree, that is enough.
Try to
You will
relax.
show Sir Alaric the respect he deserves, and I will have none more of your impudence.
Great. The respect that he should have given me by allowing me to fight my own fight?
Dessem walks up and slaps Bree across the face.
I need to make a will check.
Oh shit! Nima will give you the evil eyes.
I have a penalty die. I have to make a will check. I'm going to go ahead and give that a -1. No. Breeze. I don't know how to handle that. Breeze fully locked in fury mode, fucking physically hitting her like that.
Rosette looks up at Dessem pleadingly. She needs to relax.
I think the end result is that Sir Alaric is going to have to knock her unconscious. And that can be fast-forwarded then, because she is going to lunge right for Dessem.
Nima will push Dessem out of the way.
All right, I'll go
really
ahead and incapacitate Bree as she begins flying for her uncle.
Yeah, Alaric will grab her by each arm behind her back and just pulls her away.
Dessem sighs, looking down
She
at her.
has to literally be knocked unconscious. She's quicker than Alaric is. That's not he fucking hit her when she's wounded.
I don't want to knock her out, man.
It has to be
You have
that.
to
Otherwise,
have her still.
Okay,
it's either that or
if she
she's
says
gonna.
that, Nima will knock her out, because, I don't want to lose this kid.
That's literally the only possible way I
Nima will
can see.
knock her out. Give
When
her...
you get angry like that, the blood circulation makes the poison move faster through the body.
And that's all she has to say. Nima will knock her out.
Okay.
Said sort of is a little pale, sort of frowning at the whole situation. Says,
As Bree is lunging, screaming at her uncle who dared to hit her. The broken, crippled wretch. Nima's quick enough to like reach out and lunge and just knock her unconscious, and she's already wounded. Bree falls.
No, Nima will catch Bree so she doesn't fall on the ground, and
Zed will move quickly back with the pressure bandage.
And put Bree's head on Nima's legs. Sit on the ground and have Bree's head on her legs.
I'm sorry, I should have warned you more.
Dessem sighs. It is not your fault, Rosette. She has a bit of a temper on her. Looks down at Bree, shakes his head.
Well, Nima will say in Braavosi, hitting her was a stupid idea, and you know it.
Dessem looks back to her. She needs to remember her place in this household. She might be impudent, and that might have been a bit too much leeway in giving in to that impudence. She is not to present herself as a sailor, just of the barges in Braavos. She is a noble lady, and she would do well to remember that.
Set looks to Alaric and says, could you get the snake?
Alaric nods. Gets it.
She then, you can continue the hunt. Well, there aren't going to be anything worse than these ones, I don't think. There are usually more than one around, if there is one around. I'm sure Dad would be very impressed by whoever takes one down. Put it in his bag.
Dessem shrugs.
No, Alaric will put it in Bree's bag.
Nah, take it yourself. She's not going to accept it anyway.
She looks to Laenys and Alaric. Says, go ahead, I'm sure there's more in the rock up there. She points to the one over, like, all the way over here. Or perhaps in the cliffs on the side. Mostly by the water rocks, though.
Looks to Alaric, kind of gestures with like a nervous twitch.
You go and help Laenys.
I'll go and help Jonas.
Laenys planning to go close to the rock? Because that will have to be a courage check from you.
Yeah, it's like...
You're a bit of a coward when it comes to it.
Yeah. I'll probably need one when combat actually starts, because... difference between, like, approaching and actually being in danger. I always look at penalties when I'm actually in danger, so...
Yeah, that's good enough.
He's in control for now.
She do again to go, or she'll look to Nima and says, I can take care of it if you want to continue. Don't let this spoil the fun. Usually, a few people get wounded in these trips. She's safe. I'll take care of her.
Nima nods.
She seems to have a little bit of knowledge of how to deal with wounds. Sort of in a field medic kind of sense.
Well, thank you, my lady. I'm so at your find snakes.